Tats' sister had just passed away. So I went to Melville to be with my friend.
Oh, okay.
And then I got robbed, and then he had to console me.
knew why he was there, and it was like, oh, he's here for me. But then when his phone got stolen, you literally looked sadder than me.
Yes.
Our whole sister died, but when his phone left,
Yeah, but he was like,
I was like,
lost the
oh,
whole
yeah.
contact.
yes,
It was an iPhone.
I've never gone from my I went from my sister's dead to I have to be strong now. Because you lost a phone.
He needs me.
I got robbed with my ex-girlfriend, and the guy who robbed us was very nice because he said we partied in Newtown, and then we had to walk back to Bram, and then we walked Queen Elizabeth Bridge. And we fucked, been drinking, and the homies walked, and when they walked up like, hi guys, we're like, hey. Also just the way they're dressed, they look like hippies. And they pull out guns, and then they go, guys, we don't want to do this. Give me your shit. And they gave it. And then they sat down while we were taking things out because they said, sit down so it doesn't look like we're robbing you. Cool. And it was a white girl at the time that I was dating. So now I'm just like,
no.
like,
All the stereotypes are
it's
true.
hectic now. But then the guy says to us at the end, he goes, don't walk that way.
Wow.
Because you're going to get robbed again.
Oh, no, man.
Walk this way. He says, change your direction.
Yes.
And we literally left like, thank you. It was like dope.
Because people, you know what's cool? You know what's crazy about
traumatized.
that? Here's the crazy thing about that. People forget, right? That's a classic example of Hitler had grandkids. I went extreme, but to go, the people who do the horrible things.
I needed that.
I don't know why. Okay,
At the moment.
let me temper it down a bit. Who's like a bad person that you can accept?
You can
Trump.
accept?
Too soon.
Yeah, he's not Hitler. That's true.
Yeah, okay. I went
But
too
he's
far.
trying.
But he encourages.
He's doing his best.
He's not.
What with this woke people
Yes.
holding him back?
He's not Hitler, but he encourages others to be Hitler. So,
Yeah.
So I rather choose the original.
What I'm saying is, we forget the fact that people who do horrible things are also people.
Yes, totally.
Do you know what I mean? So the guy who robs you is robbing you for himself. Now it's almost like, you know, when you knock off at work and you're like, I've just been telling people no because I work for Old Mutual or whatever the fuck. When you leave work, your job of saying no, you are now in the world. You start saying yes more. He's finished working. He's robbed the person. He's literally the guy who's knocking off robbing. And he's going, hey man, by the way, like he's not working anymore.
And he doesn't want the competition to win.
Yeah.
Don't go down to those guys.
So I'm trying to make that distinction between.
Yeah, but it's also like you see Narcos, the Pablo Escobar first two seasons, and then he blows up the plane because he was trying to kill the guy who's going to become president, and then his wife says in the show, to Pablo's mother, because the mom asked, do you think that Pablo blew up the plane? And then his wife goes, if he did, he probably had a good enough reason.
Oh, shit.
And then you're like, the thing is, we might hate people, but everyone is a hero to someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, we might
Some
go Donald
poor
Trump.
kid who never saw Christmas saw your phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's some
loves their uncle.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you go like in that, and I think that's
loves
where you
the
gotta
uncle.
go. It loves the uncle.
Loves it.
That
Uncle's
guy-
amazing.
So you gotta go.
Box.
Why are you bleeding? All these questions.
Who's Tats calling?
Okay, let's start the show.
Oh, come on, we need volume. Yeah, that's a good one.
Welcome to the Dope Ass Podcast.
Don't forget to start the show.
After a while, I was like, we're gonna talk about robbery the whole hour.
That's because we literally
And
all
it's so
can.
wild because in South Africa, everybody's going, I've got my story I'd love to share.
Yes.
In South Africa, yeah, but anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first live recording of the Dope Ass Podcast. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you for coming through, yo. Yeah.
This feels amazing. This was an idea that this guy had. I was living in a 2-bedroom.
This is how happy-go-lucky Tats is as a person.
Oh wow! Okay.
And you got to use it to your advantage. Tats is moving out of his apartment. I've got this idea.
Forced removal.
Forced remove. Kaya,
First of all, no, I chose
the situation.
It was a
Forced
situation.
you to make a decision.
Yes.
Thank you. I like how you put it because his thing made people were coming up with stories where I was losing. When you say where I had
You
to
lost
make
the
a
whole
decision,
apartment.
yeah. Yeah, carry on.
That's the masculinity. You wanted to be in control of the story I came up with in my mind. And you need to think about how you were raised.
I fucking.
Stop! Why are you clapping? No. We are never doing live audience
You
things.
get excited when you use woke speech.
Yes,
Then it's
because
he used the word.
Oh, shit.
He used the word.
He said masculinity, half the woman. Oh, he's amazing.
yes.
Fuck you. Okay, sorry. Continue.
but that did happen. That- I
I was
felt
trying not to fight him because I'm like, I'm gonna practice humility, and then I couldn't. Okay, please continue.
So Tats is moving out, and I go, Tats, your next apartment, make it a 3-bedroom. We're turning the other one into a studio. I don't know what Tats heard, but he went, yes. So Tats moves into a 3-bedroom apartment. We go view it. It's great. I'm like trying to set up stuff. I'm trying to put things together. I'm like, the best room to use this in is in the main bedroom. Tats is like, all right, cool. No, great. Like, happy-go-lucky. He moves to the smallest room. His kids have a bigger room. His kids
I feel
have
so
an
bad. My
ensuite.
kids have an ensuite.
Are you trying to flex on us now?
Yeah. I should have let you say it.
People are just confused. Why does he feel bad?
But that's so crazy that your boys who
I do
aren't
feel
even
bad.
10 years old have an ensuite.
And I don't know why I feel bad.
And they can't spell ensuite.
Oh, man. They don't
neither
even
can
use
I.
the ensuite. I hear doors opening all
I'm
night.
so
I'm like,
potty
the
training.
point of this.
You know when you said ensuite, my dyslexic ass is trying to figure out, is it an O or an H? Because honest is with the A. That's literally what I'm doing right now. And I still don't know the answer. This is not
And now,
jokes. I'm just-
and now you've just said answer. You like, is answer with an H?
That's fucked up.
Your favorite song is YMCA.
Honest is with a...
They spell the chorus. They spell the chorus.
Robby loves the alphabet because they spell the alphabet.
Especially the sing-along one. What were you saying about?
Yes,
So
sorry.
yes.
So I moved Tess into the smallest room in his own place, and I'm painting the wall now. I've moved him out of his bedroom. I'm painting his wall blue.
Oh, it's my wall now.
Yeah,
Our
but you, it's your place.
Okay,
I'm respecting you and your masculinity.
It's our wall. It's your wall at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Don't involve me with that.
Ah, shit.
So painting the wall, Tats is like, so when we do these videos on green screen, yeah, you're gonna paint it green. No, I'm halfway through the wall in blue. I don't know if you
Yes,
think
it
you
was like a
dry
turquoise
green.
blue.
It was like,
Because I thought he was going, like when you say a studio, hey, let's build a studio. I'm thinking, cool, green screen where we can make everything, right? When he's painting the wall blue, I'm going,
oh, and now I'm explaining the science behind a green screen,
yes.
which is to Tats, and he's still looking at me like,
My point is, it's not green. So what are we doing? And I didn't realize he was building a studio like Felicia Mabuza's fucking. Do you know what I mean? He was making a
just
one
lost-
thing.
you just lost everybody born in 2000.
Oh,
You just lost everybody. Felicia Mabuza.
Don't you realize you old when you say things?
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how you spell ensuite. Nobody's even given me the first letter.
I feel like the whole crowd is like, how do you spell ensuite?
Is it an E?
E-N.
Oh, like entourage.
Yes.
Yes, come on. Yes. Yo, that was like, there's a special child here who needs extra love.
No, but do you know what? You know what? Having a live audience makes me wonder. because you guys are very judgmental, clearly, and it's just this side of the room. So I'm almost wondering, when we say the things we say without us being there, what do they think about us?
They judge the whole show. They watch the whole thing and go, these three idiots.
Yeah.
Listen to them. I enjoy how stupid they are.
Because you guys,
Those two there.
what
Look at the
what do you, not even what you do for a living, ma'am. How old are the people around you at work?
What a random question.
late 30s.
Late 30s, early 40s. Okay. I'm just trying to judge, because I feel like the way you are at work, which is most of the time, is why you're treating us this way.
You low-key judgy.
Yeah, I know people, guys.
Be you, boo. Be you, boo.
Look, judge, like when people used to judge back in the day, it felt bad. And I'm not talking about you, ma'am, because I think you're cool. I think generally society is a lot more judgy than what we were. Like there was a thing.
No.
I think generally nowadays people are way more judgy. The access where people feel like their opinions need to be told. Social media's already made you more judgy. Before we were judgy and you dealt with your judgments here. Now it's like when I'm judgy, I act on it.
I must let the world know.
Yes, and you're like, yo, everyone
The world
deserves.
cannot go on without my opinion on this asparagus.
Yes, exactly. And it's like everyone deserves an opinion, but not everybody's opinion deserves to be heard.
No, but
it's the truth, though.
It
Like
is the truth, but it's also what you've also been doing your whole life.
Tell me, Tats.
So all of us have been judgy. So think of your earliest memory, wherever the fuck.
But your judgment didn't hurt other people.
What do you?
I rather the thing of, yes, we are all judgy. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're saying,
but
like,
I dealt with the judgment.
Before you were like, I don't like this person.
Yes.
And then you maybe said it to a friend. But now you need to tell the strangers.
Yes,
I need to
but
tell a
I hope
stranger
But
how
you
they
separating yourself. So you
feel.
being
No, I'm including myself.
you being unfair to the whole situation. You saying that back then our judgment didn't hurt anyone.
Of course it hurts.
Okay. Fast forward to today, there are some people who are like that and stand by the sideline and don't do things.
Right.
Go back to time when you were young. There were people whose judgment hurt people, i.e. the bullies, the people who did actually say
Yes.
things. So that still existed. That still existed as much as it exists
totally.
now. So just because you don't voice things, there are millions and billions of people who don't voice things.
You sound just like Trump.
How the
And you
fuck?
got the red hat.
Billions and billions.
No, what I'm saying is
You look like you got the special.
Two very different numbers, folks. Two very different numbers.
This guy's ordering Make America.
back then when Barack was in charge, and now they were
No,
Millions and billions
So
of
what I'm
Kenyans.
saying is now,
Yeah.
obviously, we've all been judgmental, whether it's to our inner circle, all that shit. And we had this conversation the other day where I'm like, back in the day, I remember being bullied. I could go home and leave the bullying. I could have the peace of my family. Nowadays, they find you.
Lucky
you can't
you.
have. You actually get bullied more on social media because we're not in the high school social media world. Our Instagram, we're not following kids. So imagine a child who's being bullied on Instagram. Jesus. School was hard back then.
Right.
Now a motherfucker's following you.
But you know how hardcore that is.
And
to leave.
I think none of us have an idea of that, because
No.
you just made me realize that if we were at school and we're like, yeah, fucking Madinga, and we've on social media with Madinga, the fight literally carries on.
Yes,
So
and it gets harder.
Each school,
Each school, bro.
each child, like we don't understand the bullying that
No.
these children
But
are
you must also
going through.
commend the bullies.
For their daughter plan.
Yes. Do they have their Wi-Fi, their speed, the speed at which they destroy souls? What?
Before you could bully in private, now you're willing to bully people and leave the evidence hanging out there.
Right.
Now you're just like, fuck you. I don't care if you show this to your mom. Like, that's balls, bro.
Right,
That's
I hear
crazy
you.
amounts of bullying. It's like if you go to court for that bullying, and you say, no, I didn't.
Oh,
They're
the
like,
bullies.
scroll just down. That's your full name and face
Did
right there.
Did you not put the penis on Loy's face? That was
That's your
Can you
full
read us
name
your
and
comment
face.
there? He's such a cock face.
So you know what I've just actually fucking thought about? Here's the thing to the parents. Get onto social media. Because just like back then they were scared of adults and parents finding out shit. If I'm on Instagram and someone says something to my
I
kid,
would bully
no,
them so
no,
much.
not even bully.
Oh, yeah.
Just not even bully. No.
Ooh, you're,
I would bully them,
bruh.
What are we doing?
I'd body shame them.
And our body shame the
Body
shit
shame
out
the
of a
fuck
child.
What's happening?
Our body shame the
Thanks for the idea, Tats.
our body.
Great idea.
And I'm gonna holler at my friends from overseas. They must get hit in different time zones. Wake up to this shit.
This is an early morning diss at midnight.
Does anyone know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No,
we got
because
you.
no one knows where I was going. Because you
Okay,
two
okay,
just
so-
fucking cut me.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
New thoughts.
So as a parent, I'm just there. If someone bullies my kid, right? It's just a full name and face of dad. There'll be none of that here. Now they know.
Oh man, fuck
If I was
that's
a kid, I
horrible.
would then bully you.
Yes.
That's the thing that's the beauty of being a young dad. I'm gonna fuck 6-year-olds up. I'm 35 and still in my prime. But you guys,
I would say things
My-
like,
Yeah, how do you know until you match a 60-year-old,
yeah,
bruh?
bruh.
You know, 60-year-old keeps coming back, bruh.
wait, guys,
He's strong.
you guys
have
have
time,
you've
bro.
made me deteriorate my argument. What I'm trying to say is,
Parent is a deterrent.
just as much as bullying has morphed, there's no reason why, as adults, we should just watch it happen. Especially as a 35-year-old dad who knows what the fuck's happening.
Okay.
So I couldn't protect my kid at school. That's when he has to come home and I say, Gotin, listen, sometimes in life, fuck it, jab. Oh, at my house. I'm not saying it for other houses.
Fuck you, Jam.
I'm not saying that for other houses. I'm saying the point is you deal with the bullying that you can't be a part of
Right.
when they get home.
Gotcha.
Right? That's what that is. But now that it's on cyber, I can't just be like, my kid has to experience the world wide
Yeah,
web.
Jesus. Okay, cyber. Cyber.
cyber?
And now we all judging.
Yeah.
Cyber.
I did say cyber.
What the fuck? Judge.
I felt old. I thought he knew a young speak of some sort.
No, you know what?
Young
It's because I was being a dad there.
Yeah, but okay, but this is my thing.
I said cyber, dog.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did. Out loud on recording.
Okay.
Not just bullying. Think about all the experiences we had here as teenagers, whether it be our sex experience, bullying, whatever it is. You didn't share things with your parents. So unless you're a parent who's going and looking to see what's in the kids' lives, you're not gonna know that shit. Like maybe my sisters kind of heard about it because they were at the same school. But when I was bullied, I wasn't. No, sorry. When I was
Confessions.
The lies you can't remember anymore. When I was fucking kids, when I was being fucked up as a kid.
So it's like unless your kids have that dialogue with you that not many of us have. Doesn't matter how cool you think you are as a parent. Unless you got that dialogue with your kids, you're not gonna know that shit. So you're not gonna be going and checking your shit, your kids' things to go, hey, let's see who's saying what. You know what I mean? Those things are kids bottle that shit. We all bottle those things.
Yeah.
So now how cool are you as a parent? Because also when you think about it, your parents were dope. All of our parents were actually, they did their best, they tried, but you kept them out of things.
Is that the wrong one or the right one?
It feels right.
So it's just
Because he was like, all your parents did their best. My nigga's like, your fucking parents did fucking
Oh,
nothing.
they did. They did. Look at me now.
but it's just like, unless you're going to be looking to see how much your kids are going through, you're not going to pick that shit up, bruh. So it's like, all parents think they're gonna be
mad
cool.
important, creating dialogue between your children.
and
That's
but,
what?
But I even
Creating
think,
dialogue between your children. Like, I used to find that weird.
I hated
I
it.
used to like kids who used to talk to their parents. I was like, ugh, you weirdo. What do you? And they're like, yeah, I told my dad about my breakup. Your breakup? He knows about, because you know, like culturally, like even like with
Yes.
stuff like
Oh, yeah,
dating.
yeah.
Culturally, your parents don't want to know who you're dating until there's cows at the door.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Cows,
Like they
yes,
don't give a
Cows
so
at
now you're
the
talking
door.
about, but then he did what he grabbed me. What do you mean grabbed you? Oh, with tongue. And ugh, why do people tell it? Grabbing was what kissing with tongue was called back in the day.
Where? Where?
No?
No.
We don't all come from the same whites, okay?
I was gonna say we don't come.
No,
Grabbing.
there's a cockstadian in here.
Yo,
where,
this
where
is.
are you?
You are. You know what
It
you
was
said?
called grabbing, right? And lunging.
What the fuck kind of?
It sounds
is-
very violent,
it's
but the
aggressive.
kids were into it.
This sounds very aggressive. Lunging.
Yeah, but if you remember kissing in high school, it was very aggressive. I remember this one kiss. Do you know? I remember a kiss.
Is
that
that
was
how you
so
got this shit?
bad.
The kissing in Cockstad.
No,
My Tinga went to a disco in
walking with Robby
Queenstown.
across the Queens Bridge.
But nigga makes out and crawls home. I remember losing my virginity and not sharing that with anyone but my best friend. And just, it wasn't like that. It wasn't cool at all. I was so excited to be in the situation. I didn't come. I was surprised.
Yeah, no,
I was 15.
I'm with you though.
I couldn't believe that I was having sex. Genuinely.
That
Because it's a thing of you wait up late to see boobs.
The whole time he's thinking, like, dude, here, be here.
But think about where you are at 15. You waiting up late to see boobs on television.
Or even the hint of them.
Now all of a sudden, you had...
No, I was hoping you'd be the boobs. The boobs. Okay.
Yo, gonna pay me back. And then, so it's like when I was in that sexual experience, and I'll be honest with you guys, what happened was we had a house party, and all my friends around my age were talking about sex, and then my best friend at the time, he said, "Who's a virgin here?" And I was like, "Me." And then he was like, "Cool." Then he called his cousin. Literally called his cousin and he said,
This is
"Yo,
worse
He's
than
a
loud.
can-do man.
No, this
he
is.
literally called his cousin and he said, "Yo, Rob hasn't had sex before. What's up?" And then she was like, "What?" And she was dancing with the guy, took me into the room.
How old are you?
I was 15, she's 21.
I think you just got someone arrested. Edit.
No.
Edit.
But it's like, so now.
No, because now we're accomplices and have to explain what you look like to a sketch artist. Stop the story.
If you just take Benny McCarthy and put a weave on,
It's her.
that's
Put a 17 there.
just put a 17 in the So I was so scared in the moment, but it's also excited because as a young
Yes.
boy, you hear things about sex and you go, "I can't wait to experience this thing." Then when I was there, I was like, "This is just." And then we went back to the
No,
party
this
and it
is
was
just
cool.
what?
Oh, this is I didn't even have words. I didn't feel uncomfortable or whatever. I was like, "This is stupid." I didn't feel the way I saw it on television. So and you go, "Okay, I experienced the big thing now that I'm older." I
Your
go,
hand
"That's
feels
a
very
very
different,
big
yeah.
thing." But then you just go, "Oh, this is weird." And then from there, I wanked every day.
I remember. It's so funny. My brain is split between because I was gonna talk about the first time, but then when you said wanked every day, so literally my brain's going, choose one, Tats. Like that's what's happening to my head.
He just mentioned both your favorite subjects.
That's how good my life is right now. The only thing that I'm thinking about is which. But I wanted to ask maybe the dudes in here and Madinga as well, because I remember the first time I had sex as well. Very same thought of
What is
having
this?
sex.
Yeah.
Like that. It was almost like a
You question it.
fulfillment
is
of the
it-
prophecy.
Is this it?
Yes.
It's happening now.
How old were you?
Oh fuck! I was 20. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the "yo" means yet.
That was a very deep yawn.
Was the
Yes.
"yo" going, "It's late," or was the "yo" it's late? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
bro,
trying
I
to
was,
figure out.
I was 22, baby. Come on with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Because we
Come on,
weren't brought
baby.
up in brothels.
Why we-
If it's gonna be judgment, it's going both ways.
Shout out to my parents.
Let me just say I went to church the next day.
No, I just remember having that. The first few strokes were, I can't believe this is happening.
Strokes.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah,
throw?
I didn't know how to fuck. I didn't know. I didn't know how to fuck. So put it this: we all know how sex happens.
Yeah, we listening because do we?
So my thing was, I went goom, and then I went goom, goom, and then I just stayed.
That's why you didn't come. You stopped having sex.
But I was in the vagina.
Right, what you did was you got in the car, reversed, parked, and you're like, the mall is not getting closer.
Oh wow, you just explained my first sexual experience.
No, he just explained your first
Not
experience.
sexual experience.
It was sexual.
Yeah, I guess.
Sexual, yes.
It was
yes.
sexual.
Oh,
So
sorry, yes,
she
sexual,
took-
yes. I got it.
Yeah, they were. I think I saw tits. It's weird because you just like when
It
you,
is very strange.
but when you lose it, because my only live tits I ever saw was my gran and my mother's. Real talk. So there was no sexual thing with live tits.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but when I saw hers, oh man, they were like,
This is every boy in the world. Call an Indian boy. That's the experience, though. What are we talking about?
my point is, in the seeing everything, that was enough.
Oh,
The
yeah, you
sex
didn't-
part wasn't
yeah.
needed. I didn't need to lose my virginity. The tits were good enough. I could have gone home happy. The fact that sex happened, I didn't even feel. I was just like, okay, that was an extra, but I was good with the thing.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's
that's
like,
true. Yeah.
it's like, why are we mixing two luxuries? I'm happy with this thing.
You're gonna have truffle and cake?
Oh my gosh. Here's my question to you guys. Outside of, because virginity is something that I think everyone in the world holds fucking dearly, right? No, that's not true.
No, the world makes you think about it at least.
I completely take that's a very lopsided perspective of the world. In terms of virginity, most people consider it a thing that they lose and then carry on their life, and it's just that's happened. Is there anything in your life outside of virginity that you've held on to, lived with, and at some point in your life,
Felt like you lost it.
it's almost like there's losing and giving away. Yeah, it's so funny that we say losing.
Losing is such a horrible way of looking at it. Even giving it away, it is a problem actually. Because even giving it away, it's like, what? What did you give away?
Your first time. No, let's not
But your
pretend blacks, when something happens, we all go, the fest. So
But
let's not
But I
pretend.
think we only remember the first time because society makes you remember this virginity thing. Otherwise, when you're sitting on alone, you don't really think about the first time. Half the time you're like, man, the girl from 2 years ago, or the time when I did it in the car was crazy. The first time I think you'd honestly forget it if it wasn't for the idea of virginity.
But this is your 30-whatever-year-old mind seeing that. I'm saying when we were young, it was a thing. And I'm asking you, is there anything in your life that you...
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying...
Phrase that. Ask that whole question again.
So, first,
I heard that.
Say it less dyslexically.
say dyslexically, less dyslexically.
You just said it more dyslexically than I did.
Stop making fun of my disease.
It's a condition.
It's a condition.
So ask that again.
Okay, so virginity
Yes.
is a thing
Yes.
that we have and we lose or give away.
Right.
Right? Our whole lives, it's a thing. And it happens. Is there anything else in your life that you grew up having,
And you have to give it away.
holding, and you came to a point in your life that, like virginity, you had to either give it away or lose it?
We will answer that question when we come back from this commercial break.
All right. Oh, but you got to drink and everything.
Yeah, but you're talking.
Oh, you didn't get him a drink?
No, because I remember what he did. I remember what you did earlier. What do I have to do? Okay, no problem.
Jeez, this is so childish.
Thank you, guys. You guys also...
Can we make it like TV where you guys applaud when we come back?
Oh,
I don't want this. I don't want the stress of this
Just go for it, baby. Trust yourself and your ancestors.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of that podcast. Put your hands together.
No, fuck you. What the fuck? What podcast?
That dope ass podcast. Why are you asking me questions? I'm just been answering, boys.
I could have sworn he said that podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I correct myself.
You motherfucker.
That's fine.
Dope podcast. Put your hands together for Tats.
No! That's not. Who
Censoring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the version of that dope podcast.
who hired this person?
Robby. Robby hires all the worst people.
Ladies
He had the best CV.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Because I can type.
At all.
I see your true colors. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, because I can type.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Let's welcome back onto the stage the three dopest people that ever stepped onto
Oh,
the
man.
microphone.
This just became 12 minutes.
Yeah. What I'm saying.
Oh,
I have the question.
Okay.
So virginity is the thing that we've been taught to value.
Right.
Right? Are there, and it's a thing that we grow up with and we either lose, give away, but we hold on to it with a certain level of value. Are there any other things in your life that you grew up with valuing, and when you became an adult, you started to enter the world and they were put to the test and you either had to let them go, or you were like, yeah, this is still carrying me and it's still right? Because we live in
I thought I had an answer, then you changed the
Yeah, I
framing
did,
of
I
the
did.
question.
Because I'm just realizing that in the artist space, we've probably met, when I say more people than people who work at the office, I mean, we've met more different kind of people.
Yeah, but when it comes to virginity, it's different to letting go of those other personal things, because a virginity involves another human. So how you let it go is depending on the person who's participating with you.
Right.
So it's a different thing where I go,
Because a different framing depending on the
Totally.
culture.
The way-
Are you losing to your husband or just a guy?
Yes.
Because then
It's a huge
It
thing.
is depending on the other person. Yeah.
it's a huge thing. So for me, I go,
Even amongst your friends. Ooh, with him?
yeah. So it's
Who are your friends? Because we don't talk like that.
No, I'm just saying, bro. I live in a world where hypotheticals can exist.
so that's a tough question to answer, because
Got you.
Would an answer...
If I say forget virginity and I just go values that you learned growing up.
that I have lost.
Would a daughter
Not
be
lost,
would a
but-
daughter be an answer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like...
Well, what was the value and then the clash and the change?
As in, like, your daughter is somebody you let go, or you either let go or you lose to, like, marriage. It's like they marry into another family, so they leave your family,
Right.
almost kind of a thing.
Right.
Whereas your son is always your son for some reason.
So
You know what I mean? So your
Oh,
daughter's like,
shit.
oh, one day this one's gonna be out of here.
and here's what's crazy.
Shit, I got a daughter, man.
Yeah, nigga, there's some family going, yeah, you got a daughter. We the Matembus know that shit. The Matembus await your ass. Oh, that's so. I like that because he's a new dad. He's got a daughter who's 17 months, so it's hitting him different because of that. But as he's saying that, I'm going. It's so crazy how, as men, whatever the culture is, says, I'm gonna lose my daughter. I'm gonna give it away. But it's also the culture that says we are now going to accept a daughter
Gain
if
a
we have a
daughter,
son,
yes.
or gain a daughter,
Yeah,
or give it
yeah.
away. Do you know what I mean?
It's so weird talking about the marriage thing, because a lot of people think dowry. I don't know how it is in different cultures, because a lot of cultures have dowry, but people take it
Saying
as
dowry
like,
because
no, lobola is specific to one culture. So dowry is like the
yeah, but
idea.
address us first, then the world. No.
But
you
how do
know,
I explain this to the Croatians?
what I'm saying, no, it's not.
Nice, he won. He won.
No,
you
what
use.
I'm saying, when you went dowries, it was like, you know, when you hear a South African try and be like, address us first and then the world is what I'm saying.
No, the Croatians are also listening.
Yes, I'm not saying don't. I'm saying say lobola.
Everyone understood the word though. It's just you who's.
Except fucking South Africans, because you have to remember South Africans.
No dowry in here.
Yes, but South Africans, the majority of South Africans aren't living in the spaces we live in.
Tats, you're so argumentative.
No, I'm just inclusive. The majority of South Africa doesn't know dowry. They know lobola. But if you say
But in
lobola,
the
they don't.
context of the conversation we're having, they would have understood what I was talking
So now
about.
someone born in your village there by the mountains.
Doesn't have access to podcasts.
But
I don't
has-
know if
and
you've been
get-
to my village. There is barely 3G.
What I'm saying is, if they do get 3G and go, let me see what the hero of my fucking village
He
is
would
doing.
start watching and go, yo, it's long, it's
Exactly. Because you say dowry instead of lobola first.
only 50 minutes into the podcast.
All right, go. Fuck.
Anyway,
Yes.
dowry is viewed as
I appreciate your patience of letting that.
Nah,
play out.
it's,
He doesn't
it's
wanna
a
get
black
involved.
thing.
No, but I'm saying I appreciate.
I don't want to get.
What did he say?
when we start talking about
I
the
didn't hear him.
language.
I didn't hear him. What did he say? What did he say?
It's a black thing. So what
Dowry,
were you
bro.
laughing at this?
So the interesting about
I was I first
Laughing cute.
no.
Yeah,
If you play back,
I will play back.
yes,
I
you will
play.
see that I did laugh, and then I stopped myself because I
You know
realized I
what,
didn't know.
you know
But
what,
laughter
Fred?
is contagious at first.
You
And
know
then
how our friend Ryan Harder calls Tats. Look at how Tats is dressed right now. Ryan Harder calls Tats Anderson Park Station.
oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Just laugh. You don't have to.
oh my god.
Keep talking now.
Dowry.
To bring it back to Translac speak.
I'm offended again.
Why are you offended?
Because what do you mean?
That's how I got to the cities, Translax.
I actually
But
fucks
it's not
with
translate speak.
Translax
It
is
is.
dope, bruh. But don't get confused. There's difference between Translax and city to city. Translax has a toilet. City to city has
Medea
Medea.
movies.
Yes.
All night.
Dog.
All night with bad sound.
Bruh.
I remember when I used to ride it. I used to ride the bus to Joburg when I knew that I was coming to Joburg. So I had about 2 years of driving.
Sounds like there's an alternative story to that.
No.
That's
because
everyone's story.
no, I'm just realizing.
It's like you came to view places on a Translax and then you went back immediately. That's what it sounds like. You didn't move yet. You just came to view.
That's just calling. When can I view? Today? No.
You're gonna have.
Today
I
won't
can't come
work for me.
Saturday. Can you make it Monday morning?
There's a special on
No,
Sunday.
man. My point is,
Can you meet me at a Shell?
can you pick me up at the Shell because the Translax doesn't go on Yansma. Hey, fucking foolish! I'm trying to do a thing.
Okay, carry on.
Oh, shit.
Everybody knows that there is a period of bus traveling,
Yeah.
Yes.
and everyone's is different. Some people are still on it.
The two white people are very confused right
Yeah.
now.
Have you ever
Is
been?
this like going to the mountain? Is that rite of passage? What is this?
Okay, listen,
It
Jay.
is- Sorry,
All
you went
blacks-
where? Zim.
Really?
Every black person were like, yo. These people have ridden more Translaxes than us.
You win. On
one
one
trip.
trip, you win.
Jesus.
So you went to Zim on the bus. Which bus line?
Translax. And you were like, where will my bags go? There's mini meal everywhere.
So is that how you met the color guy? That guy's a hookup at
So when were the years that you were riding up in buses? In terms of Johannesburg based.
Before I moved to Johannesburg, I used to come up on the bus to do comedy gigs. So that's 2009 until maybe 2013.
Right.
Yeah.
2004 to 2000. When did I get my first car? 2014? That was 10 years.
Oh, you stopped taking the bus because of cars?
Yeah, it's incredible.
In my whole head, I was like, I thought I'd progress.
It's because you can't fly to my town, bro.
Oh,
Mount
yes.
Fletcher is the closest flight would be 5 hours away. So either way, you're taking a bus.
Oh, gee. Oh, I didn't.
So
Call
it's
upon his name.
Is
That's ridiculous.
Durban is 5 hours. East London is 7, I think.
Yo, you must get to the plane.
How many
Jet
people?
lag.
Yes. No. He must get to the airport.
Yeah,
jet lagged.
Do you know how many Medea movies you can watch in that
Bruh.
bus?
No, they try to explain, sir, there's no blankets on this flight. Because everyone on the bus has that blanket, you know that funeral blanket?
Yeah.
Ooh, and those blankets, because the bus seats are so small, that blanket can never just be on the person's seat.
It's shared,
It's
bro.
Right.
shared. It just comes across.
Yeah.
And when it's cold, you take the thing.
Yeah.
You don't fight it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you
You know, that was my question.
tell
So
me, Anderson.
that was my my question was, because it's almost like the same as taxis, where you start riding them, but immediately your first experience is like, I
gotta get out.
Yeah, I gotta get exactly. Exactly.
I gotta get out.
When the first time you get on a bus I'm from the Eastern Cape, but from anywhere to Joburg, and the first time you get on a taxi
Anywhere
to
around Joburg.
town, you're like, I can't live like this. So that's the thing. Why, when you say progression, you went straight from buses to cars. You were no meter taxis.
There was no option for that. No.
All right.
Yeah, there was no option. I had to, like, if I'm going home, I need a car.
Guys, do you remember the days when we didn't have Uber? And
Bruh.
then you couldn't even call like at school. You remember at school, because my kids now are getting in the age where they're getting into Ubers. But at school, if your parents
No. They are 5 and 7. You are putting them in Ubers. Don't act like these motherfuckers are independent. That was no. Don't come act like they're doing their own thing. I've babysat your kids. They can't read. How are they requesting Ubers?
Yo, guys,
don't make it seem like he's making it seem like they just
kids is an event.
yeah.
I'm gonna continue with this,
Okay.
It's two
and I
of
want
you.
us to continue with this. But I want you to search yourself,
I'm searching.
because the way that you came at me tells me there's stuff inside you.
Is it?
Continue.
Which parts? Which part?
When you were like, "Don't pretend," I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Oh no, but it's you.
You need to tell me about the babysitting experience. What happened?
Yes,
Because you
but
traumatized.
your thing with your boys, Tats will say things about his boys' behavior, and they're very nice boys.
Lovely boys.
Lovely boys, very funny, enthusiastic kids. I dig them, but they two Tats.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Here's the thing.
Oh, you mean my
Tats'
DNA is
kids-
literally inside them?
No.
They-
Tats, take how you were raised, forget about it. Then just forget about it. Imagine you were raised like how you thought white kids were raised. And then now babysit those kids. They're lovely, and you go, this is what we all should be, free like this. So they're at my house,
Yes.
joyful, but their joy is killing my ruralness.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
They're
are
actually not
jumping-
wrong. They're
but
not
the-
wrong.
but
They're
Dinga
jumping
sent
on
me-
things that have never seen feet.
Yes. Madinga sent me a video at some point. Like I said, his kid is 17 months, girl. And he sent me a video. He's sitting on the couch, frustrated. And my 5-year-old has got his 17-year-old like this. Just carrying them like a sack of potatoes and then putting them down. And then I was like, oh, no.
And then the other one, how old is the youngest?
7.
The youngest is 7.
The youngest is 5, the oldest is 7.
The youngest then takes a book, picks it up, chucks it in the air. And you can see in the video a flash of my father happening to that child. I literally was like, "Lumtwana." I was about to beat your child. Because then I don't have an in-between. It's either I'm going full rural on your kid's ass,
Yes.
or I have to just let everything happen because at past the kids are leaving.
Yes. When I saw the video, I literally saw the person you were trying not to be.
Yes.
And I appreciate that's why you're my friend.
But they still respect you. My problem is they go and then they go, Uncle Rob the Bachelor whatever. But I also realized that, you know, when kids arrive, or when kids are visiting, so when they came with enthusiasm,
Right.
I was like, I'm going to play.
The
So
new
now-
space vibe.
Yes, new space. I have wooden floors, so I'm holding them. They're laying on the floor, and I'm pulling them by their legs, and I slide them under my legs, and they go, and then they keep doing it just
Yes.
one by one. Then eventually I go, I want to go smoke. Like I'm tired now. Like
My
you know,
lungs are fucked. I need to smoke.
The game needs to end. Then I realized my approach to them was also wrong because I went, I'm fun. I didn't give rules. So they were like, oh, this is what's happening here. And then they were kids. Nothing wrong with it. They weren't disrespectful, whatever. They were children. Then Tats comes back. He's at a gig. Tats comes back late. Curfew was, I think, 10 p.m. at the time. And then Tats goes, fuck, we're chilling, smoking a joint. And then I go, just sleep here.
Yes.
Go crash in the bed with the boys. I'll chill on the couch. Everyone's passed out. I wake up.
Wait, yeah, because also
Everyone's,
two kids are sleeping
two kids are sleeping.
and we're passed out. I don't know what's worse. I'm trying to protect myself and I don't care. Continue your story. My reputation
So
can
the
die.
boys, the boys are sleeping. Tats goes to join them. I'm on the couch. Morning comes. I forget that there are children in my house. The 5-year-old comes, but the whole evening he was playing with my phone. 5-year-old comes and he's standing arm's length. Now, if you don't have kids in your world and you forgot that they're there in your world, so I wake up. He hasn't said anything. He's just staring. Then I wake up. I look at this boy. And I scream, I go, what the fuck? But there's a point where I was going to punch him. And he doesn't even flinch. Then he just goes, I just want to play with your phone. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Fuck over.
That's another great episode of the Dope Ass Podcast. First live one.
Yes!
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you
Yes!
to Egrek. Sam. You guys just broke out of virginity.
Yeah!
And nobody's actually asking, yo, what do you like?
Yes.
Now we're listening to some person in Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
no, man, this thing doesn't work like that. Because have you ever met up with a chick and you go, you are everything the world didn't tell us about?
Right.
And I'm sure ladies have had an experience with guys like
Yes,
that.
it's
like,
so
this
true
is
when
just-
you meet a oh my god, am I?
Trying to find the right word.
I
weren't
know,
you?
am I that
You were
fucking
trying to- I was
paranoid?
watching you and I was like, I don't know what it is. You tell us.
Yo, what do you call you? Oh, that's
Isn't woman so cumbersome?
no, but you know why I was stuttering? It's so crazy. I was stuttering because my brain couldn't sit on woman, female, girl. Like I didn't know which.
And I know I'm not allowed to hate it. I hate female. It sounds like we're talking about a species.
Yeah, but male. If female is talking about a
I don't- no,
species,
no,
what
no.
the fuck is
This
male?
is not a science. I'm just saying it sounds like.
Okay, it's your feelings.
It's
I
my
know.
but-
feelings.
but it's
Can
all-
I have my feelings?
But there's
I
also,
don't
I didn't have an argument. I had an encounter with a young lady who I referred to
What in
as,
the 70s?
when he was watching television.
Yes, an encounter with a young lady. But are you in 2020 talking like this?
Yeah.
yo, relax. This is for cyber. In your face, you bitch! In your face!
Hey, this boy good. Hey, this boy good. Hey, look at this motherfucker good.
Fuck, what was I even saying? What was I saying?
When you first encounter with a young lady.
Oh, so I say to this young lady at a bar, I go, sorry, ma'am, do you mind if I squeeze past and get to the bar? Her problem was, I said, ma'am. Then I was like, yo, but do you understand that came from all the respect? But her problem was that ma'am in her head, and I guess in my head as well, was used for older people, like at school. But I was like, you're in a bar, so you're already older. Like, you can't choose.
Wait, how old are you?
No, but I'm saying we in a bar, so we both
we're
over
all
18.
older,
We're
yeah.
older and we're legal. So you already, yes,
You're a ma'am to somebody.
You're a ma'am to somebody. The same way I've got to accept as a man that there's kids out there who go, hey, uncle. And I got to go, okay, they being
it's so
respectful.
hard for me, bro.
But they're being respectful. I can't go to kids, hey, what the fuck, man? I still wear sneakers.
Tommy Rubber.
Yes. You got to take the thing. So I this holding and just going back and forth. And I was like, look.
But you making it sound like the example you're using is right. But in her head, you are a 6 foot colored man.
Right.
Who's whatever. And when you say ma'am to her,
yes,
it's like, hey, I'm also a 6 foot colored. Why are you calling me that? We're the same age. I'm just working here.
Right. Yes, but that's.
So if a 6 foot colored dude came up to you and said, hey, uncle, you'd also be like, hey, what?
No, this is my thing. The way you treat people, your interpretation of how I respectfully treat you is up to you. You can't bring that shit on me. If I'm going, hey, you ma'am out of respect, that's your own thing what you do. It came from a good place.
But they can,
so,
Robby.
They can, but
you're describing a culture clash.
No,
take away the gender and the ma'aming.
No.
You're calling it respect because of how you think. She's receiving it how she's
Yes,
receiving.
we're not your kids.
That's true. That is true.
So but my thing is, yes, there's certain things people say where you go, hey man, I don't know, I don't think I'm ready for that. But then you also go, but I don't think that person's trying to be malicious.
Yes.
So I feel like we fight about like silly things where you go, yo, but the person was respecting you. You can't.
Yeah.
I'd rather go, ma'am, if I go, yo, excuse me. That is more of a problem because I haven't acknowledged you and all that.
Yes,
shit.
that's very direct.
So, yes, but I'm saying excuse me is also still polite. So now it's choosing because if a person can, you know how people go, if I go, excuse me, then they go, excuse me. Then you're like, no, but so what must I choose then?
She's fuck. If you go, yo, ma'am. Oh, jeez.
Yes, but I'm saying it's one of those things where when you're talking about what you call ladies, and I think it's an important question. I'd like to know.
Yeah, that's where we started.
That's where we started. But I'm like, it's an important thing, but it's also like sometimes the way a person's brought up, just because you weren't raised in that culture, doesn't mean that person's wrong. And I think we're getting mixed up with.
It's like me meeting my Afrikaans teacher is now here in Joburg, and I happened to meet him, and I was like, Mr. Black, how are you doing? He's like, please call me Andre. I was like, nope.
Yes,
you are forever Mr. Black.
Yes.
You are forever Mr. Black.
You are Mr. Black.
Ashley, our neighbor Ashley LaRue used to always come to our
Yeah.
and he
Ashley
used to
LaRue.
come in and he used to go, Carol, and mom, I just saw my mom, and you know, you see your mom go, the child is white, bruised.
Oh, is he
He bruises.
is he a kid?
A kid, with my age. And for me, I said Mrs. LaRue or ma'am, or it was at a point where it's Auntie Sheila, because we got close. But I was never, bruh. Even at this age, grown, you are still that.
Yeah.
So it's just like some of those things, but in the way my mom saw it, even though for her it was, she also was like,
right.
Hey, this is how the child was raised.
Right.
Because he's also going, I'm acknowledging you in your home.
Right.
So you can't, like, some of these things, you just go, hey, man, relax. Like,
It's
you're
not,
fighting
it's
the
not-
wrong thing.
It's not, you see, your stories are coming from a place of understanding,
Right.
which is where we are with you. It's when you end the somersault and you end with relax, where I go, no, that's not, you have to carry on the empathy to the end. So people won't, because you start off with relax.
Right.
You're only talking like this now because you're explaining why you're saying relax.
Okay.
So the problem is,
I'm listening. I get
do you know? So we were all with him when he was talking about your stories and the kid and
I think
Carol.
there's still...
Yeah, but people,
But,
the world keeps fighting because of the way we choose to put our points across. If you put your point across, which is beautiful, with relax, you're fucked. Your message is not good. You know what I mean?
Because
Speak to the people.
relax. I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
On that.
so that's what I mean by
Relax, please. But please always works. Okay, lady, here's a question I've generally been wanting to ask women, and I know there's a lot of women here. In the fight for equality, right, with men and women. No, just listen. And it comes to saying
Women
things.
are like,
Speak to the side. There's people here.
Yeah.
They
No, I'm
just
saying.
listening. Yes.
So Bismarck, are you guys still? Would you still be offended if a man asked your age? No, you say no, ma'am. No. No, I just wanted to know that.
Just learned.
I literally just want to know that because I'm like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm thinking out aloud. In the fight for equality and be seeing the same, where I'm like, some of the things that we hold on to, we've got to let go of stuff to progress. So if you're going, man and woman need to be paid the same, which I totally agree with, all that stuff. Then I also go, but why do we hold on to these weird things? Like, don't ask a woman their age. And I know where it comes from and all that shit. But I'm like, do you guys want to keep that one? No, I'm asking generally, like. So I can't hear you, ma'am. Wait, one at a time. Say, ma'am. Okay. Totally.
Hey,
no, totally.
words.
Can I? Wait.
No, totally.
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. Can I? Sorry,
Wait,
madam. Sorry.
let her finish.
Can I please ask you to start again? Because I heard it halfway, and then I was like, "This is amazing. I wish I could hear the beginning."
Typical.
Sorry.
We're gonna get a mic. We're gonna get a mic.
Yeah, I do.
No, we're gonna hear you. This is important things. Remember, these discussions are for us to learn, not to. There we go. Please state your name and your age. I'm fucking with you. Hi, Zuzi.
Hey, Zuzi.
Us giving up our age as women, right?
Right.
So first of all, a lot of women who said yes, they give up their age, right? But some of us would say no, and the reason why is because we still live in a patriarchal capitalist system.
Totally.
Values women in terms of their age. And
Got you.
if you're asking me to give up my age, you must be understanding that there's still this system that exists around.
Right.
So I can't just be giving up my age if you're not dismantling the patriarchal capitalist system.
I respect that and I hear you. Totally.
I love that.
So I say 25, 26. I'm playing. I totally hear and respect that.
Amazing.
A bunch of things need to happen before that.
No, but can I add that just so that it can be heard? And if it's true, please, and if it's wrong, please correct me. As dudes, you must understand that it's almost the same thing as once you cross a line, and when I say cross a line, it's as simple as asking a question like that. It
Right.
means then you are agreeing that we are entering a world where it's because they can't exist in a world that's patriarchal. That question is saying,
Yes.
I don't see patriarchy. Here's the question.
Yes.
If she engages you on that, then everything is free game.
Yes.
is what
I know.
mean.
I totally hear and respect what she said. I get it
Amazing.
totally. For that to happen, a bunch of shit needs to happen.
Yeah.
I get you, ma'am. Thank you. There we go. Okay, who's
Why
first?
are there only women in this audience?
It's the
I mean, ladies.
No, bro.
Oh, what do I call you?
ma'ams, a bunch of ma'ams.
Ma'ams.
Why did it feel like? Okay, we got a
Oh,
question.
sorry, yeah.
Please give your name.
Age
And favorite
address?
color.
No, my name is Babysitting. So I was just saying with regards to your question, Robby, is I'm for telling my age because I'm a person who appreciates this good generation because I feel like they are bringing to light the fact that the older you are as a woman, the more experience you have. So I appreciate anyone asking my age and I'm willing to.
So you changing the
I'm 30 years
perception.
old, by the way, dirty 30.
Hey.
Right.
Dirty 30.
No, but here's the.
Sexual peak.
Nah, fuck you.
She
Yeah.
doing it, call herself.
Nah. Here's why I'm saying that. This person is 100%.
She has a name.
Yes.
Oh,
Batabile.
Batabile. Listen, you can't judge my memory. You don't know my life.
He's done many drugs.
So, here's the thing. It's the same thing I go, people get excited because they agree with the thing. This person is free about her age because she's 30. All right? People who are of age know what the fuck I mean when I say, of course, that's the verve and that's the energy you have. Because as she was talking, the principle is beautiful, but I'm like, this shit sounds young as fuck.
This shit was said like this.
So here's the whole thing where I go, it just depends. The way we just have to accept that this is how people are raised.
But I want to hear their opinion first, the ladies. I get you.
No, I get that. I'm also engaging with that. I'm not engaging with you as a dude. I'm also having fun with exploring this.
Yes.
So please allow me as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jesus, wokeness is so...
Yeah, because he's making me feel like I'm stopping a flow, but he's also like, this is fun.
That's the best Robby impersonation.
I apologize.
Horrible
This evening.
impersonation.
Okay, continue.
That's a horrible impersonation. Hey, to me.
Hi, Tumelo.
Nicknames already.
But I would say that the best way is probably not to seek answers through the collective.
Thank you.
It's a Maya Angelou shit.
Thank you.
It's because she said collective.
I
If she
say
said,
thank you,
don't
bro.
look at others for
And I
their
say- no,
opinion.
Can I
I say
explain it?
thank you. I say thank you because not because
Sorry.
I'm going, yeah, ladies, stop looking. No. I'm looking at it as a race thing because sometimes I'm like, I don't like this thing where I have to agree with all the blacks when it comes to race issues. Sometimes I listen to black people and I'm just like, nah, nigga, shut the fuck up. You're making us look bad in front of the other races. Shut the fuck up. So, like, I don't think there is a feminist consensus.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And so I think it's the
That
toughest,
makes sense,
the toughest
Lloyd.
thing in all
Oh,
fronts.
yes, the guy's opinion. That makes all the sense.
Oh my God,
bitch.
Tats.
Just don't like
That's
me.
what I did though.
No, I'm talking to him.
Yes,
I know, I'm
please
talking to
finish,
Robby.
please
Sorry,
finish.
I apologize for disturbing because I'm talking to Robby through him. I apologize for
Don't talk
disturbing
to
you.
me.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I would say because as a woman myself, there's some things that I am figuring out in my
Great.
own identity.
Great.
And there are so many different levels of self-awareness in any individual. And I'm not trying to make this all men are the same as women or women equal. That's not the thing. It's the human intellect that you need to seek in order to really understand if you can with somebody. But if you enter a conversation that starts on the premise of fear, I don't want to offend you, you're never going to access someone.
Hey, from my part of town, baby. That's what we make. That's what we make, the hell. Thank you very much.
Yo, you know it's crazy. Wow, you said what my mind's been trying to explain.
But
to
your
me.
dyslexia wouldn't let you.
Yes.
No,
But your dyslexia wouldn't let you go.
there was.
Robby's dyslexia is so bad he can't even read minds.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I think that's a solid way to end this evening.
Right.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much for
nice.
coming, guys. This was really dope. We really appreciate you guys coming out. Let's end it. Let's end it like we always end it.
This has been another dope ass podcast with Loyiso Madinga, Robby Collins, and of course Tats and Konzo.
Thank you to our DJ Kwame,
Yeah.
our opening act over there from all the way from Zimbabwe.
Bexta.
Bexta.
And our live audience.
Hey, shout out to Egrek Cinema, playing dope ass movies in Parkhurst. Good night.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yes, man.
Thank you so much.
Too nice. This was too nice.